Yeah, we're on, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we are. Aloha, everyone. We are live and inspired today. And hold on, baby. Hold on. All right, the sound's coming in good. I just had to test it real quick. All right. Smooth Jazz 106.7 coming at you, babies. But we are totally live and inspired today. I know it's been a while, baby. I know you haven't seen the handsome Cobra. Woo! Gregory Cobrana. Ow, yeah, you've been missing some handsome Cobra action, baby. Two time, two time, two time, two time. Shit. All right. Yeah, so I am your host, Gregory Cobrana, also known as Handsome Cobra. And the reason why I'm doing this video, I mean, this is my thoughts. And as the title would say, it's about Captain Marvel, Billy Batson, or Shazam. And I'm probably going to be talking about the comic book, talking about a little bit about the character, probably talk about Kingdom Come. And I know that the new movie's coming out too, was April 5th. So we are 1 month away with Zachary Levi and what's that guy? The kid, something Angel, Chris Angel. No, it's what the hell is that kid's name? I can't remember. Something Angel. I could look it up, but I'm not. But yeah, so yeah. I wanted to. The reason why I wanted to get into the character is because I have actually been reading the new Jeff Johns and Dale Inglesham Captain Marvel, Billy Batson Shazam book, which, just to clarify, everyone, he is no longer called Captain Marvel in the comics. He is Shazam. So, but I grew up with Billy Batson Captain Marvel being called Captain Marvel. I will call him interchangeably as Shazam, but and it has nothing to do with the Brie Larson stuff or Carol Danvers. It's just like a lot of times I will go the extra mile and I will just say Carol Danvers Captain Marvel or Billy Batson Captain Marvel, or sometimes I just say Shazam and I'll just say Captain Marvel, Marvel Comics or something, or some type of iteration of that. But for the most part, it's going to be something of that persuasion. I will probably say Shazam just because of the simple fact that they changed his name, and it's just because of a big legal thing that DC Comics, when they bought Fawcett Comics out, that they never had trademark rights to the name. So until Marvel did it, I think back in like the 60s or 70s. So yeah. Yeah. So there you go. All right, folks. Love to all. God bless. And as always, aloha. No, I'm joking. No, I can't end the show that quick. Man, that's crazy. No, but yeah, I wanted to get into the character a bit. I want to say that, and one of the reasons why I want to do this video is because I kind of got rejuvenated a little bit. And I know it's been a while since Chris and I have done a show. Apologies for that. It's just that our schedule, Chris has a new job, so yay, good for Chris. You know, he has a new job and stuff like that. And, you know, he's busy writing and he's a writer. So he's busy doing that, you know, writing things. You know, which probably has to do heavily with alcohol content, because that's what writers do. They drink and write and drink. And maybe fuck on occasions. That's what writers tend to do. You know, or the promotional masturbation. You know, they can fuck. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. It's just so stupid. Yeah, I was just trying to make a joke. But no. Chris, it's just that we were actually supposed to do something. What was it? We were supposed to have a show, Gentleman Cocktails. If you don't know, we were supposed to have one this past Saturday. Things came up to where Chris couldn't do it, and it was like, no worries. You know, I thought about doing my thoughts on the Karate Kid specifically Johnny fucking Lawrence. But I was like, I'll save that for a later date. That's something I would like to get into. And also, too, I want to see the Karate Kid again. Because it's been a minute since I've seen it. I mean, I've seen it recently. But I just wanted to see it and then do a live stream and just be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's fresh in my brain, or at least the day after. So also, too, just a little house cleaning on my end. Like I've been doing like this new workout program because like for a while I've been bulking up. Like I've been eating a lot of carbs, a lot of protein and stuff like that, and now I'm trying to trim down. So eating a lot leaner, a lot cleaner, and no, I'm not doing competition or anything like that again. Because I used to do competitions, just competition, just fitness competitions, stuff like that. But but it's just one of those things where I just I'm gonna be an old man, so and I'm trying to do things a little bit more health wise. And I'll probably make another video about like mental health and stuff like that. But just to give you like a rundown, just a quick synopsis. And I know this is totally fucking far away from Shazam as possible, or Billy Batson, Captain Marvel. But the thing is that I work out because it promotes good mental health for me. It helps me focus. It helps me to do stuff like this. And even though I do say that this is is very therapeutic, it's a type of therapy for me. But also too, working out is like my first marriage. I mean, that's my first love, is weightlifting. I mean, if I couldn't do that, then fuck, man. I mean, I'd be lost, and that's honest to God truth. And a lot of it, has to deal with. And I don't want to get too much into it because I want to make a separate video. But just real quick, I mean, it's like, listen, look, I'm 5'6". I'm short dude, and I wanted to play basketball. One of my dreams was to be 6'9", 6'9", and weighing about like 220, 230 pounds, and be a basketball player. That's one of my dreams. That was one of my goals, was to do that. Well, and everybody thought I was going to be tall, at least 6 foot or over, because of my family. Just most of the men on both sides of my family, they were tall motherfuckers. I mean, my father, now he's like 5'10", but he was like 6 foot when he was a younger man. You get old. I mean, he's in his 70s, so you get old. Your back isn't as straight, as it used to be, and all that shit. So, yeah. But yeah, so and that's just one of those things where and I've been like 5'6", like 5'5", like I was 5'4", 5'5", like since I was like 12, and then I think I grew an inch. Well, I used to be 5'7", but then like from all the gear from the military and stuff, it just kind of compacted my spine, so my spine kind of just, instead of having like that fluid, it just kind of did like that. So I lost an inch, actually. Like you never want to tell a broad that, a lady, and that I totally lost an inch from the war. It may not go over too well. That was a joke, innuendo joke at that. But yeah, no, I mean, and so I work out. So I was like, okay, man, if I can't grow vertically, I'm going to grow horizontally, right? But I'm not going to get fat, I'm not going to. How am I going to achieve my goal, right? Who is one of my favorite characters? Well, fucking Wolverine. Wolverine's 5'3", so I actually have like fucking 3 inches on the motherfucker. So I'm like, okay, well, he's a short dude. I mean, he hooked up with well, not Rogue. The shit. Why am I blanking? Storm, in an alternate universe. I mean, it's like, he was married and shit and had kids, and fucking Jean and Age of Apocalypse. It's like, fuck, man. it's like, yeah. So even though I know that's how it's supposed to be because it's you know it's a fucking comic book, but it's still you know it's like yeah you kind of have to take inspiration from that. So it's like you know he's a hairy beast, I'm a hairy beast, except I'm a handsome cobra. So you know it's like or he's just a hairy beast, rage infested little fur ball. But no, so and so with me and my and so that's why like the gym for me it helps with like mental health for me and because of things that I've gone through, things I've been through, and it's always been there for me. It's always been there for me. And so enough about the gym because I'll make a separate video. But yeah, that's you know I mean it does really help for my mental health. And it's very nice when people say, "Man, you got some big ass arms." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man." I was like, "Right on, thank you so much." You know, I mean it gets you know I do get pleasure from and I do get even though most of the times I'm very nonchalant about it, I'm like oh thanks brother you know oh hey thanks lady you know it's like you can touch them if you want you know it's like or like you know it's like you know if you're my lady you could just put you know your arms around them you know what I'm saying it's like I decide it's like you know yeah but yeah so it's like yeah but yeah getting back to Shazam Captain Marvel Billy Batson I have been reading the issue 3 came out, I believe, last week of the Jeff Johns run and Dale Inglesham, and it's been really good. It's been, I believe, the first story arc is called Shazam and the Seven Magic Lands, which the Seven Magic Lands. If let me make sure I have this right. Okay, I'm gonna have to start from the top left and go clockwise, then in the middle. So motherfucker. I put myself on the spot. Okay. Okay. So we're going to go game lands, fun lands, uh, Waz, Wazender lands. Yeah. Wazender lands, wildlands, monster lands, dark lands, and an earth lands. Okay. No, sorry. I was just making sure that all my lights is, as you can see, it's much brighter in here and that's because like I got new bulbs and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so there's 7 magic lands basically, and that's why it's called Shazam and the 7 magical lands. The first story arc. And it's really good. I mean, it's really cool. And also, too, spoilers. You find out that Billy Batson, his father, shows up in at the end of the first issue. Now we don't know if this is. I mean, the motherfucker looks like Billy Batson, but I mean, it could be Dr. Sylvana in disguise, or it could be Black Adam. It could be anybody, right? We don't know. So, but the motherfucker looks like Billy Batson, like all grown up, you know, minus the big ass muscles when he turns into Captain Marvel, Shazam. But yeah, and because he goes to Victor and Rosa Vasquez and sits down with them and stuff, and you know the kids go back up, and because at the beginning of the first book, they have a 1 year anniversary for Billy being with them, and Billy is now, I believe, either 15 or 16. Because yeah, he's 16. Because we find out that Mary Bromfield is turning 18, and she's a senior in high school, and she has to do her CPA, you know, college placement test and stuff like that, and or CPT. I'm sorry, college placement test. Yeah, let's say CPA. Yeah, CPT. Sorry, college placement test. Coming up pretty soon and stuff like that. So, but you know, they go to the station where the wizard was, where the council of and there's 7 seats and stuff like that. And then, so 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 I know I'm spoiling the hell out of the first one. And I apologize. But then in the second one, we find out that, hey, because they like, hey, let's go to blah blah blah, because they see the station. Actually, I think is the one who Eugene Cho is the one who he can actually read the magic. He actually reads magic. Uh, so he says, hey, this because they go further into the station and there's 7 spots that are open, which one is actually blocked off, and I believe that is the Wildlands, if I'm not mistaken. It's either the Monsterlands or Wildlands. I can't remember which one. I think it is the Wild. It may be the Monsterlands, but the Wildlands is where Mr. Mind comes from, the villain of Shazam, and I'll try to say Shazam. I'll just try to say Shazam. Just for this, just for heaven's sakes. so from here on out, I will try to say Shazam. I may say Captain Marvel, Billy Batson, but yeah, I'll try to say Shazam. But oh, we have somebody. Who's a Mysterio? We have a Mysterio. Hey, what's up, Mysterio? What am I? Aloha, Mysterio. But yeah, so yeah, the first one basically, yeah, they find out, hey, there's this station, and there's this old, like I don't say trolley or anything, but it's just like this really old timey, like I would say like turn of the century, like 1900s, 20th century, like train or trolley, and it's powered by, of course, the magic of Shazam. So they go to one of the places first, which is the Funlands, and they get there, and next thing you know, they find that there's all these kids and they're running around, blah 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 blah, and there's these like crazy looking like little dwarf clowns with some fucking creepy looking paint on their faces, and it's like, god damn, man, it's like, what the fuck, like insane Chucky shit, man, like child's play, man. And next thing you know, it's the ruler of that place is King Kid. Got blue hair and a fucking cane with jewels and diamonds on it and shit, and looking all bling bling, man. And the next thing you know, we get into the second one, and it is oh no, I'm sorry, that is the second one. Okay, yeah, the end of the first one, yeah, is the ability. And then, oh, okay, yeah, well, yeah, the second one, it ends with King Kid. So, and then the third one, this new one, which is basically they're eating pizza and malts, chocolate malts, and all this shit, all this junk food and stuff. And King Kid basically is kind of giving them a little bit of his backstory as to what happened. I mean, he was actually born in, I can't remember. I want to say like the 1600s or 1700s. I can't remember. But he's giving them their backstory. He's like, hey, listen, look, I grew up around this time and stuff like that, and my parents used to fucking, at least my father used to beat me and shit. And so, like, one time I just ran away, and I tripped over a root of a tree in the forest. My father was about to hit me, and next thing you know, I just vanished. I vanished into the Funlands, marshmallow fields or grass fields or some shit. And next thing you know, he finds his cane with the diamond with the bling bling on it, right? So he gets the cane with the bling bling, and then he's like, well, I was kind of feeling lonely and stuff, and so because he has like this real fucking Peter Pan, like Lost Boys thing going on, where he's like, well, with the cane, I made a carousel, and then there was more lost children that came, and they played, and then we were in the land of make believe, and with the cane, I had the power to do anything, and blah 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 blah. It's like, oh shit, okay. so 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 he made 2 carousels and stuff like that, and then he started making more stuff, and that's when it became like the Funlands, and he became the king of it. But we don't know his name. So, and also too, I mean, he could be making all this bullshit up, and he's really pushing like Billy to share his power with him, right? You know, and Darla almost blurts out what the secret word is, which is Shazam, you know, saying the wizard's name that gave Billy the power. But and Mary Marvel is very, very skeptical about King Kid. And also too, Darla tells King Kid that, well, you know, she has to get back, you know, because Mary Marvel's like, hey, listen, look, and I know I'm calling her Mary Marvel. I mean, is Mary Bromfield, but I mean, Mary Marvel is what I know her as. So, no, once again, it's like since New 52, they kind of changed everything. So, apologies. But that one, I would just say Mary Marvel because it rolls off the tongue. So, and she has the power, so it's like, you know, Mary Marvel. So, yeah. But yeah, so basically she's like, hey, listen, we got to get back. I got to do this CPT and all this jazz. And Freddie kind of lets out that well, yeah, she is. I mean, well, she's 17, but she is turning 18 pretty soon. And then King Kid's like, oh, should we have an adult here? Oh, well, you know. And then those like little fucking gnome dwarf looking motherfuckers with the crazy looking fucking clown makeup, like just like, you know, take her ass and shoot and throw her down and shoot. You know, I don't know where the fuck that they took her ass. I think to the Wildlands, but I could be wrong. And then so King Kid's like, get him, and fucking, you know, all this chaos ensues. And the next thing you know, Billy Batson, Pedro, and Eugene, you know, basically fucking, you know, change, say Shazam, and next thing you know, they're all fucking, you know, roided out and shit, and so they're trying to beat up these like little clown fucking demon little midgets or little people, excuse me, and which is fucking weird and funny at the same time, and Pedro and Eugene get trapped in the game lands because they follow some of the little demonic, sinister dwarf clown dudes, and next thing you know, they go through a secret door into the game lands, and so now they're trapped in there. Mary, I don't know where the hell she's taken. Darla and Freddie are actually taken too, and they're taken to the Wildlands. And actually, Billy Batson, Shazam, pursues after them, and they get stuck in the Wildlands, and basically captured by the law enforcement. Which in the Wildlands, it's basically animal-like. It's anthropomorphic animals. So basically, walking on 2 legs like humans, stuff like that. So like Goofy or Mickey or Minnie, you know, Donald, Daisy, you know, the Disney characters, you know. So they're anthropomorphic animals, you know, and you see like the cops there, you know, and they're like, oh, you know, it's like, oh, what do we do? There's humans here. It's like what we usually do with humans, and basically humans are basically are the attraction, right? They're put in instead of animals being locked up in zoos. Well, fucking humans are, you know, and they're basically paraded around so the whole land can see and stuff like that. And they call them like oddies, I think. Yeah, they call like humans oddies. Yeah, odd birds or whatever the fuck. But yeah, so and I will say, like, and that's the thing, like, so the reason why I think I've said this before. I'm sorry if if my brain's all scattered and stuff, I'll try to stay on topic. But I actually tweeted to Jeff Johns, who is the writer of this book, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm really enjoying the book so far," which is not a lie. I will say, I didn't say this, but I'll get to what I'm about to say after I say this. I told him I really enjoyed the book so far. Looking forward to the next issues in Shazam and the Seven Magical Lands. Mahalo, which is Hawaiian for thank you, and take care, because I really enjoy Jeff Johns, and I've really been inspired and invigorated with the character of Captain Marvel, Billy Batson, or Shazam, of late. And not just because the movie's coming out, because I've always had an affinity for the character. I will say that I've never really liked the character more than Superman, but I'm not big into what they're doing with Superman nowadays, or late at all. And Jeff Johns always kind of said, "Hey, Shazam's going to get his own book at some point," and it's like, okay, when the fuck is that going to happen? Because I really, like I said, I really had an affinity for the character. It's just one of those things, and I was dead wrong, man. It's like I thought at one time. See, I thought back in the New 52 that he actually had his own book, which technically he did. Justice League Zero was actually a standalone, was an origin story of his, or at least like for the Wizard and Billy Batson and stuff like that. And which, because I thought it was like 13 issues. I think it expands through 13 issues, which basically it's like I have the graphic novel, which is called Shazam from the pages of the Justice League Shazam, and it's basically a reworking of Captain Marvel, Billy Batson's origins and stuff like that, and like the character itself and the Wizard Shazam and all that jazz for the modern day. It's a retelling. It's revamping, if you will, right? So it's not all convoluted and stuff like that, because the original place where the character got the name Shazam was in the Trials of Shazam, but it wasn't Billy Batson. It was actually Freddie Freeman, who, because the wizard dies, right? And Billy Batson becomes the new wizard, takes his place. Now he has the Captain Marvel suit and stuff like that, but instead of being red, it's white. And Freddie Freeman becomes, well, at first doesn't become Shazam, but is elected to become Shazam. But he also has to fight this other lady who is vying for the powers of Shazam. But basically, he's a good, he's like, if there's like a yin and a yang, light side, light Jedi, dark Jedi, Freddy's the light, this other lady is the dark, right? So they're both vying for position, because basically she challenges Freddy for the right to be Shazam, but to have the power of Shazam, or the power of the gods, and heroes, because Shazam is an acronym. Was it Wisdom of Solomon, Strength of Hercules, something of Atlas, and Zeus, and Achilles, and then Speed of Mercury. I remember Speed of Mercury. I remember that. Yeah. So yeah, you have all these Greek heroes minus a Titan, which is like crazy. So yeah, you have these Greek heroes, gods, and a Titan, which is just like, yeah. But yeah, Strength of Atlas, because he holds the world on his back, on his shoulders. Yeah, Atlas shrugs. But yeah, but when Billy Batson becomes the Wizard Shazam, or the Wizard, because he's called the Wizard, he's like once you've ended these trials, you shall be known as Shazam. And the writer Judd Winnick was the one who first used the name, because back in the day, because you can call Billy Batson or Freddie Freeman, Captain Marvel, which is fine and dandy, but you cannot have any promotional material for it. So you can't say. So the reason why they said Trials of Shazam, because they can't say the Trials of Captain Marvel. They can't have that. Now in the book, they can be like the Trials of Shazam, meaning the fucking wizard, and next thing you know, you see Captain Marvel. It's like, okay, well that's weird that that because it's just really confusing that, okay, so the Trials of the Wizard, but he's Captain Marvel. That's kind of crazy. So they were like, so Jeff Johns was like, hey, listen, look, I'm just going to basically simplify it and just say that, okay, because you just say the wizard's name, Shazam, you get the powers of Shazam, but it's like, okay, but it kind of goes against everything that Kingdom Come brought in. And it's like, well, the wizard tells, just to give a little backstory, the wizard Shazam tells in the New 52 revamp, and I'm going all over. I'm sorry, I apologize. That, listen, look, you can't just say my name. You have to say it with good intentions. There's a caveat, and that is to say my name with good intentions. Because why is that? Because there was another person before. Now, you don't fucking say this. We learn about this, that there was Black Adam and Amon, or Adam and Amon, and Adam was Amon's uncle who was dying, and Kahndaq, and where originally the council, the council of the Rock of Eternity, excuse me, I want to say Council of Shazam, but that's not right. The Council of Eternity, the seven lands, stayed, and they were underneath Kahndaq, and basically Kahndaq was getting overrun by warlords and stuff like that, and Adam and Amon were actually in the mines working, and so Adam was badly injured. Amon pleading with the council, saying, "Hey, can you please save my uncle?" and stuff like that. In which they like, yeah, of course, only thing you have to say. And they saw that Amon's intentions were good, and they saw that he was a pure of heart, and how could they resist his plea? So they said, yes, we with that, we will give you our powers, both of you. And the thing is that the only thing you have to say is my name, talking about the wizard Shazam. And it's like, was it? You have to both say Shazam. And it's like, so they were like Shazam, and basically they turn into magical beings, and then thus Adam saved. Adam basically goes back to and Amon. They both go back to Kahndaq, and the thing is, Amon is like, hey, we can actually tell the barbarian warlords that work with them and stuff, and be very peaceful with them, and try to show them a better way, and not have to. And then Adam's like, no, we gotta take these motherfuckers out. We gotta kill their asses. There ain't no playing with warlords, little one. And he's like, no, but we have to try. And Amon is. And Adam's like, okay. Because what happens is that after they say Shazam, get the powers, they revert back, and Adam is healed and stuff like that through the work of magic. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, ooh, do that hubbly bubbly. And so, what Black Adam does, he basically puts his hand over. I don't know if he strangles Amon, if he suffocates him, or if he breaks his fucking neck. I don't know. But you can see his hand go over, and he's like, just say the word, And he's like, Shazam! It's like, and yeah, so Amon dies. And so Adam gets all the fucking power, wipes everybody off the fucking map of Kahndaq, basically rescues his people, right, and becomes the ruler of Kahndaq for a time. And which I'm like, he used a utilitarian way of doing things, which I don't agree with. I think that if he would have tried, if he should have shown, he should have just, if he really loved Amon, he would have entertained the curiosity of his and been like, see, this is why we have to use violence against violence, and violence begets violence begets violence. Yes, but the thing is that at the end, violence is going to take out violence one way or another. It's just, you do realize that, right? It's like, it's like there's going to be a winner and a loser. It's not like, it's like at some end, violence is going to stop. Whoever the winner or loser is, I seriously doubt it's going to be the fucking warlords who ain't got the goddamn magical powers. It's going to be motherfucking asses. That's how I would put it. But, hey, that's just fucking me. But, I mean, I do think that Black Adam should entertain the notion and thought to Amon, because Amon's a kid, and that's just some cold-blooded shit, man. Amon saved his ass, and next thing you know, it's like I wasn't like, bitch, I'm gonna leave your ass to die, motherfucker. If I would have known that shit, I think anybody would have. But then it's like Amon would never got the powers, and it's just like, so I don't know. But yeah, back to Shazam. But yes, but yeah, so the whole hubbub about the name of Shazam. So now we know, but it don't fucking matter. The trials of Shazam don't fucking matter because New 52 corrected all that shit. So where Billy Batson became Captain Marvel again, or Shazam and stuff like that. So yeah, because of Flashpoint. And yeah, so there you go. And that's that. No, I'm joking. I'm trying to think. Let me give it a think. What else? But yeah, the only, there are some drawbacks, I will say. That the art's phenomenal in the book, by the way. The Jeff Johns and Dale Inglesham book, art's phenomenal. It really is. I don't think it rivals Gary Frank's art from the backup stories in the Justice League. But Gary Frank is a really good fucking artist, man. And it's just, but also too, man, it's like you had to do it that way, because Gary Frank takes a long fucking time to draw. But it's so good that he takes a long time to draw. I mean, that's like he's doing Doomsday Clock right now, and number 9 comes out, and I got a little taste. Not gonna say how. I'm not gonna say. I got a little taste of number 9, and it's okay. Not really what I was expecting. I was expecting a little more, but yeah, God, fuck. We're gonna have to wait 2 more months for this shit, man. Yeah, it's just one of, it's one of those things where for 10, and I'm like, thank God we're almost done with this fucking book. I'm, you know, like, but hey, I saw Shazam and Mary Marvel are in the book, so shippy, you know. So yeah, they're both in the book, so that relates to this, man. You know, yeah. And they actually go to Mars, which is pretty cool. And where you know, Dr. Manhattan has been fucking, you know, hiding out and shit, and has his old palace on Mars, masked by a big ass looking rock, but Martian Manhunter can see the illusion, so he's like, "Fuck this." And but I'm not gonna get into it. But yeah, so, yeah, I saw a little bit. Saw a little bit. Saw a little bit. That's it. That's all. That's all. That's all. I could just be making this bullshit up, man. I could just be making it up. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But yeah, who gives a fuck, right? Nobody's watching anyways. Nah. Yeah, but no, it I will say the stuff that I saw, yeah, Gary Frank's art, it's really on point on the new one. And even the way that he makes Shazam and Mary Marvel look really phenomenal. I mean, I think it's even better than last issue's art. I will say that there was like so yeah, I mean the preview that I saw of it really looks good. So, but yeah, but yeah, the new so I will say the latest one, number 3. I mean, it just flew by. It was just one of those things where my even though it's a good book, the new Shazam book, the standalone. I do have some complaints about it. You know, some things, some constructive criticism. Number one is that the book is that this past one that I got, you know, last week just flew by, man. Like I read that in no time. The art was pretty good. I mean, there was a couple of there was a couple of panels where I was just like, like really, you made them look like that, or their facial expression, you know, especially like their mouth. You made them look like that. I mean, that's just like, I don't know. I was like, somebody fucked up that, you know. Yeah. So I mean, you know, some of the facial expressions, especially like around the mouth, was just kind of like I was like, it didn't really vibe with me, and it felt a bit rushed, if anything, which I don't understand, or they just didn't go back over it, which they fucking should have. Uh, so yeah, but it's just one. The only thing I saw was it was one panel, maybe two, maybe two. Um, but yeah, I mean, but the art, other than that one or two panels, the art was phenomenal. Like I'm not giving it shit. I mean, this, like I said, this is a constructive criticism that I saw. You know, the price, you can't help it. I mean, it's fucking $4, man. It's like, yeah. And plus two, it comes out monthly. That's my other gripe about it. I read this book in 5 fucking minutes. And usually I don't fly through books. Usually I'm looking at the art and stuff. I looked at the art, and usually I look at everything in it and stuff like that. Even with that, I mean, I would say, you know, like I read it in like 5, maybe 7. Like, and that's just going, and I read it twice, by the way, just to be like, maybe there wasn't something I was missing. Maybe, you know, said, no, that motherfucker, I read that shit fast. You know, it was fucking, that bitch says 32 pages, man. It was motherfucking 22. I mean, it was just like, yeah. I mean, I just flew by that book, man. I thought that maybe there was like a backup story or something like the first issue. There was like a backup story in it of Mary Bromfield, Mary Marvel, and which I thought was phenomenal, which Jeff Johns wrote, and the art. I don't know who did the art in it, but it was great. And that book was like $5. I didn't mind spending an extra buck on the 8-page backup story, or however 6 pages, whatever. That's fine. Fuck it, you know. Because it was the because the backup story is where we first learned that Freddie Freeman is the first adopted child of Victor and Rosa Vasquez. We learned the origin, and then we learned that Mary was a second, Mary Bromfield, and then we learned the origin of Hoppy, her bunny rabbit. So, which is really, really cool. You know, I thought that was great. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. I think. But yeah, it's just very disappointing. Number one, me having to pay fucking $4 for a book that I really like, but I'm not getting a lot of substance for it. You know, it's like you go to a fancy five and dine, man. It's like, well, fuck, man, and they bring out like a little fucking crouton, and they charging you fucking $100 for it because it has like because it's been deep freezed, and all this shit, and they talk about. And it's just fucking, it's a fucking crouton, man. That you got some smoke and shit coming out of it, making it look all fancy, man. It's like, I don't need this thing deep freezed and fucking, all that shit. Yeah, nuts. I'm paying $100 for this shit. You're crazy. Yeah. So, and that's just one of those things where, so that was it's just a bit disappointing. By not getting all that, by all that richness from the book, and also too, and the thing about me is that I'm not a fast reader by any fucking means necessary, because I take everything in, because I am not like, I have a brother who's a speed reader, and I can't do that shit because I like to retain the information. Like, my brother will retain the information for about a week, but each day that goes by, he can't fucking tell you, man. I mean, he specific points, he won't be able to retain it, because he just. Where me, it's like I read things with due diligence. I read it very methodical, try to understand where this character's perspective may be coming from and stuff like that. And even in comics, like a 15-minute read, well, hell, man, I may take 20 to 25 minutes to read that motherfucker, because I'm going back and I'm trying to, because a comic book is not just it's just not reading, but it's also visual too, like as in like the pictures as well. You have a visual landscape, a painting, if you will, that gives you that substance that relates to the book. So, like expressions, emotions, depth in the panels, why, the color layouts and stuff like that. Why is it all shades of gray or black? Why is everything bleak? Well, fucking A, they're dealing with some heavy shit. You know what I'm saying? Why did the artist choose this color scheme? Because there's things like color theory and stuff like that, and so when you understand that, I mean, you can understand a little bit more, or at least try to get what the hell the inker or artist going for, or at least if the artist isn't the inker, if they kind of like try to say, hey, listen, look, I would like you to, if you don't mind, I would like you to use X, Y, and Z, because this is the thing I'm going for, or just think about it, whatever. So yeah, just analyzing, just analyzing panels and stuff like that, and trying to get a more deeper and enriched feeling for spending $4 fucking. You know what I'm saying? Because back in my day, you didn't spend $4 fucking on a fucking floppy fucking pamphlet. You spent like $1 or 75 cents. I mean, it's retarded nowadays. It's crazy, man. And then just for 5 minutes, man, it's just like, dude, yeah, man, it's just, and so that's one of my biggest complaints, and it's just my biggest complaints is just that the comic book market is just number one, so saturated, number two, so fucking expensive, number three, you're having to pick and choose which one which. I mean, that's like even like, and like what I, and I'll get back to, just because I'm going to go on a diatribe about the fucking comic book industry, and I've already done that plethora of fucking times, and I'll need to go on it again. But what I wrote to Jeff Johns was basically saying, hey, Mr. Johns, totally totally loving or really enjoying Shazam, the new Shazam series. Looking forward to what's to the next issues, dealing with the Magic Lands and and um, and and it's been great so far. Mahalo, which I said once again is Hawaiian for thank you, and take care. And the reason why I did that is because I wasn't trying to, brown nose or kiss his ass or anything like that. I mean, I really do enjoy the book so far. And hopefully I don't cancel it. Because I sometimes hate doing that. I hate canceling books, man. I mean, I really do. When I feel like that they don't go... I'm not a completist by any fucking means. I mean, and I told him that, and one of the things I said too, which isn't a lie, is that this kind of got me back into reading comic books on the regular. Because let me tell you something. Yeah, I mean, Doomsday Clock came out before, but man, let me tell you something, man. I mean, the first and second issue of Doomsday Clock was great, good, But then the fucking delays, man, and it's just like, good God, man. And now and now I'm just like, I mean, the book was supposed to come out last month, like the beginning of last month, and now it got pushed back to the fucking beginning of this month, and it's just like, fuck me. And how the hell it ties in with the DC Rebirth is like, even getting the little taste, the little sample that I read of it, I still don't fucking know. You don't know. I mean, it does not answer. I mean, I love how they say in the fucking, because I flipped through the whole fucking thing, and I was looking specifically for, okay, how the fuck does it tie in? Because it says specifically the fucking synopsis for it on fucking DC.com that it's like, hey, this is fucking the one that kind of explains everything. And then they have another one, issue 10. This is what explains everything. It's like, I'm just like, you know what, man, fuck you. I mean, I'm literally like, fuck off, man. I mean, I have it. I'm gonna collect all 12 because Lord knows I have them already. I have 8 so far, and I'm getting 9 tomorrow. But fuck, man, it's so daunting. It's like a slog, man. It's just like a fucking fuck slog fest. A fucking fuck slog fest, man. Slog fuck fest, man. That's what it is. Sloggy fuck fest of just bullshit. I mean, I guarantee you, man, if the way that it's going, if it takes another 2 months and another 2 months and another 2 months, I mean, we still have, man, was it 10, 11? So we have 3 fucking books, man. It's going to take 6 fucking months, man. So it's, this motherfucker, I mean, it ain't going to wrap up until damn fucking, what was it? September, man. Yeah, September. I mean, if they go and take this sweet ass time, And so I am. But yeah, so that's just one of those things, man. But yeah, getting back to Shazam. but yeah, but yeah, I do in like what I was talking about, like canceling books, right? So and getting books on the regular because, like, yeah, man, or just at least reading them on the regular. Meaning that, dude, I have a pull list, right? And I collect books, man. But some of these motherfuckers I don't even read, and I'm just like, man, why am I collecting these books, man? I don't even fucking read these, man. You know, Doomsday. I mean, like literally Doomsday Clock. I mean, sometimes I will read Doomsday Clock because number one, because I like for Gentlemen Cocktails, like I will read that book because, like Aquaman, yeah, like I love Aquaman too. You know, um, Green Lantern wasn't really a big fan of, and now I'm reading now I'm because I almost fucking, you know, like after issue 2, I was like, man, goddamn, man, it's like I don't know if I really want to keep on this shit, but I'm still on it. Number 5 comes out tomorrow, too, of Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp, and I really like both those people, Liam Sharp and Grant Morrison. I really do. I mean, Grant Morrison gets all trippy and shit, but I mean, when he tells like a grounded fucking story, he puts a lot of depth, a lot of heart. You know, he when he's not doing all this cosmic shit, he can tell a real grounded, good fucking story, and that's what I like about him. Liam Sharp, phenomenal artist, really great, really cosmic with Green Lantern visuals, stuff like that. But yeah, no, but and that's the thing is that, but like with the Shazam stuff, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I mean, I've been like really, I mean, hell, man, I don't know why, but I've just been reinvigorated since like reading Shazam, Jeff Johns, Shazam, Captain Marvel, Billy Batson. It's just reinvigorated me to just kind of be antsy and just wanting to read comics again. And that's the thing. That's the difference between like Aquaman or Conan or Doomsday Clock or Green Lantern or any fucking thing that I have been collecting right now is that the Shazam books, since I've fucking and let me tell you, I wasn't actually down for Shazam. I got number 1 on a whim, you know, and I got the variant cover, the Gary Frank variant cover of issue 1. They have one left at my comic shop, one left, and it was just, and I was like, fuck it, you know, I'll take a chance on it, you know. And actually, I didn't even pick it up that day. I actually had to have them hold it in my pull box and be like, yeah, man, I'll come back for this. And because, like, okay, prime example, I collect Amazing Spider-Man. Dude, I haven't read fucking Amazing Spider-Man since fucking, it's since the last fucking story arc, man. Like, or honestly, let me back the truck up here. I haven't even finished the first fucking story arc of the new Amazing Spider-Man with Nick Spencer and Ryan Otley. If you want to be honest to God, truth, I collect them. I have them. I have Back to Basics. I haven't read that. I haven't read issue 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 yet. Yeah, 1 through 5. Excuse me. Yeah, because 6 I think is like Date Night. Maybe that's issue 7. I can't remember. No, it is issue 6. Yeah, Date Night. Yeah, but from like issue 6 onward, I've been collecting, and we're up to fucking 16 right now. I haven't fucking read it. Nope. Honest God truth. And do I fucking care? Not really. I mean, why do I keep on collecting it? I don't know. The fuck Superior Spider-Man. Read the first issue. It was okay. Wasn't really a thing to shake a stick at. I mean, it's just and the art, Hawthorne's art, it was better in Amazing Spider-Man. I don't know, man. It's just, I mean, his art's just hit and miss, man. I can't remember how to do his first name, but yeah, it's some panels are great, some panels are cool, some are just like, but it's just like, yeah, I mean, it just has like that fucking indie flavor that I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm talking about this Superior Spider-Man. So these are books that I have on my pull list, right? That I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I really want to keep up with it. That I don't read on the regular. I just don't. It's like, you know, the Conan stuff Wasn't on my pull. Now it is, but I wasn't reading it on the regular. You know, like the Shazam book is something that I actually look forward to, and I'm reading on the regular. Like when that motherfucker comes in, boom, I'm reading it. When I get that's like the first fucking book, and then Aquaman. You know, I don't think they come out at the same time, but you know what I'm saying. It's just one of those things where even if I hadn't read the new Aquaman and like the Aquaman came out week before and I hadn't read it, Shazam comes out, boom, I'm gonna read Shazam before Aquaman. Against Kelly Sudaconic, because I think that she did great with Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, like the 2 volumes that she did, Earth's Mightiest Hero and just regular Captain Marvel. I think she did a hell of a job. But the thing is that Captain Marvel, Billy Batson, Shazam, I'm more, I just like more. You know, like it actually inspires me and reinvigorates me to actually read the fucking book, to read a comic book. And it's hard to explain. It's just that I'm so jazzed, I'm so hyped because I love reading it because it just one of those things, man. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I grew up with Superman, you know, and this is where the Kingdom Come aspect comes in, because you have to understand, man, like in the 90s, dude, I was a fucking teenager, man, in the 90s. So for me, it's like, and then, you know, you have this image shit and all that jazz. So, and basically, when Kingdom Come came out, that was a fucking, a retort, if you will, to fucking 90s image, Rob Liefeld and fucking Jim Lee and all these motherfuckers at Image, Hoist Patatio, you know, fucking who else? Eric Larson, all these dudes who are like, okay, you want fucking pouches and big brawny fucking muscles? Okay, man, check this shit out, man. And it was Alex Ross's idea, man, that he had. He wrote the fucking draft, but he had Mark Waid. He trusted Mark Waid with this idea, with this draft that he wrote, to write the fucking script. And it was originally for comics in prestige format, like the Dark Knight Returns. I can't remember what came out, man. I think what came out like 95 originally. And it's such a great book, man. Such a great book. And I highly recommend. I mean, I have that one. I have Marvels too, which is Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross doing the art. Kurt Busiek was the one who wrote it, but I would take fucking Kingdom Come over Marvels any day of the fucking week, man. Just because I love the fight between Captain Marvel, Billy Batson, Shazam, and Superman. I love it. And the thing is that basically Billy Batson is actually being controlled by Mr. Mind, who he is basically Lex Luthor's bodyguard. And the thing was that Lex Luthor got Mr. Mind, placed him inside of Billy Batson in his ear cavity, and so basically Mr. Mind is forcing Billy Batson to fight. And Billy Batson is not just when he turns into Captain Marvel, Shazam. It's him. It's like because you see Billy Batson through the 4 issues, through the graphic novel, right? But when he changes into Captain Marvel, it's like, oh shit. You know, the only thing that changes is this fucking clothes, because basically this is Billy Batson all grown up, man. You know, and that's like, we have an adult Billy Batson. And that's what's like the coolest. And also too, another cool thing is that we see that and this is the first implications where a person like Superman, a Kryptonian, who feeds off of our yellow sun because he's a solar fucking battery, basically, is able to be hurt. I mean, like fucking not just by kryptonite, man, but actually fucking hurt by another means than kryptonite, right? And it's with magic. Like magic, he is not he is susceptible to magic, right? So so what Billy Batson does is that, you know, Captain Marvel, he says Shazam, and then that's how he turns into Captain Marvel, and how he turns out of being Captain Marvel back into Billy Batson. So, and what he'll do, you know, the lightning bolt comes down, but he swoops out of the way real quick. You know, he's just like, and then it hits Kal-El Superman, because he'll, you know, because he'll have Kal-El they're like holding on to him, like Shazam, and then you know, and then gets out of the way, and then it hits Superman. He's like, oh, you know, and then it's like, oh shit, you know, sees that it fucking hurts him, and then that's when he's like, okay, fuck this, man. And he keeps on doing that shit, and they basically go to a standstill. I can't remember, because basically Clark has to talk Billy Batson, be like, let's look, man, we don't have time for this shit. The world's going to fucking end if a lot of people are going to die if we don't stop fighting, you know, and stuff like that. So he has to actually talk Billy Batson out of fighting him. Now, who do I think would win? I don't know. I really don't know. But reading that book, I was always like, even though like my mom, big Christopher Reeve fan, and also too, man, I grew up with Christopher Reeve Superman, man. Superman the movie, man. You believe a man could fly, you know. Reading Kingdom Come, man, I was always like, yeah, Billy's my boy. Billy. I was always like rooting for him because he was like the underdog. Because it's like, you know, fucking Captain Marvel, man. Also, too, I mean, because of, and also too, learning late years later about all the bullshit with DC and Fawcett, and where Billy Batson lives, man, Fawcett City. It's so funny that it's like he lives in Fawcett City. It's like, oh god, you know, um, that DC acquired the property and basically made where he lives Fawcett City. Just like, this is too unreal, man. That's a fucking meta shit. But yeah, but no, man, it's and that's and so yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where who do I like more? I mean, I mean that's a tough one, man. But I will say this, like now, I will say fucking Captain Marvel, Billy Batson, Shazam. Now, I don't care for fucking Superman now. I will say this, when Rebirth first came out, when who the fuck? Oh, Dan Jurgens, man. When Dan Jurgens was doing fucking, and Peter Tomasi were doing yeah, because Peter Tomasi was doing Superman, Dan Jurgens was doing Action Comics. I actually gave a shit about Superman. The Superman shit was good, especially with the Manchester Black. I thought that was a pretty cool storyline too, man. I mean, I actually gave a fuck about it. Number 7, man, where Superman number 7. I actually think I own that book still. I actually gave a fuck, man, because that's when, and I have the man, what's his name? Kenneth. Oh fuck, man, I can't remember his name. He did the Ultimates. Oh, Rockefeller, Rockefeller. Kenneth Rockefeller. Yeah, he he did the variant cover of that, man. I actually have that. I actually own that comic book. It's like fucking. It's just the Kents going out to the county fair, man. It's Clark, Lois, and Jonathan, their son, going to the county fair, man, and just having a nice time. I mean, there does have some shit happens. Clark has to change into Superman real quick, but man, I mean, you know, fucking takes like 2 seconds, and next thing you know, bada bing, bada boom, he's back. You know, he's back to being, you know, Clark. You know, and they're having good times again. You know, it's just one of those things, man. I mean, it's a very well done story. I mean, it's a one and done. It's a Kent story, right? And it's so cool. I mean, and then you get fucking Brian Michael Bendis, which you man, you know, I'm not trying to talk bad about the dude, man, but I don't think, man, he's a good Superman. I don't think he's good for Superman. I mean, it's like one of those things, man. I just seen a interview with Scott Snyder, and I haven't finished it yet, man. But he's talking about. But now Scott Snyder is like one of the. He's in the rooms, and I guess he's like one of the people who's since Jeff Johns has stepped down. You know, he's doing more books. Like he's supposed to be doing the Three Jokers. He's doing Shazam. He's doing Doomsday Clock. He's doing more of instead of being a creative. Uh, was it? Man, what the fuck? What executive, a creative executive content creator, or whatever the fuck he was, you know. And Joe Quesada stole his fucking tagline for Marvel. Joe Quesada, that fucking guy. Huh. Yeah, that's another one. But a chief content creator, that's what it was. Yeah, since Jeff Johns stepped down from that, like he's been doing more stuff, you know, and like writing wise, you know, and you know, stuff with the movies and all that jazz. So more hands on. So so this interview that Scott Snyder did, he's basically saying, well, you know, since he's doing more on that stuff, he's not really the chief creative officer anymore. He stepped down from that role. So now, like Scott Snyder, Brian Michael Bendis, Kelly Sue DeConnick, Joshua Williamson, James Tywin the Fourth, you know, they've all had to come together and be like, listen, look, man, we want this shit to basically make sense. Like the Marvel movies, we want to have a fucking continuity. It's still the DCU, the DC universe, not DCU, as in like DCU. You make up your own fucking continuity bullshit. No, it's like we are the DC universe. That's why they went from Rebirth to the DC universe. So, and the source wall is broken and shit, and they want everything to vibe together. Like when you read Aquaman book, it vibes in with. I mean, Aquaman's over here, like, you know, you have the Unspoken Waters. Because he's over here with the gods on their own little fucking island over here, but shit's still going on here in the DC universe. Though we're more focused on this, getting him back over here, you know, because Unspoken Waters is over here, but we're trying to get him back over here with Mara and shit, you know, and Dolphin and all that jazz. Maybe Dolphin's probably gonna be like a side bitch, something. I don't know, man. Side chick. Who knows? But yeah, I think, giving it a think. But yeah, so seeing that, I mean, it kind of. I mean, I liked what Scott Snyder was talking about, man. That he wants everything to ebb and flow together, and then you have like your other stuff, like your Black Label stuff, and you have like, you know, you have all your stuff. You have your stuff out of continuity. You have your one shots. You have your stories that you just kind of want to tell by themselves and stuff like that. But the bad thing is, man, is that, listen, look, man, it's one of those things because Scott Snyder is all about physical print. It's all about physical media, and I'm like, yeah, fucking A right, man. You know, I'm all about physical print too, man. I don't mind reading a comic book online. I don't mind doing that stuff. Because a lot of times I don't like to keep on taking my shit, my bag in. Because I will buy a comic book. I will read it, and then next thing you know, I'll put it back in the bag. But man, I don't like to keep on taking it out, you know, and getting the oil on hand, you know, oil from my hands on the book and stuff. Also, too, I sweat real bad. Like, that's one thing about, I tend to have clammy. I mean, I can sweat during the snow. I'm sweating right now. Now, if I'm telling the truth, I mean, my hands are fucking clammy as shit. And that's the thing is that, man, the oil and stuff from my hands, man, I mean, it can really fuck up the book just by fucking, just a thumb on there. It can, it can fuck up the ink and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, especially your hands being sweaty and stuff. It's like, yeah, it's just fucking nasty. So it's just one of those things where I'm not saying you got to do a fucking white glove and shit, but it's just one of those things where, and I do understand. I mean, it's just me. I like to keep my media, my physical media, like looking pristine. But that's me because I take care. I take care of my shit. I mean, if something were to happen to it, man, it's like I ain't gonna cry over it, man. You know. I mean, well, I may give it a good cry. But it's like, it's cool. It's all right. I'll give a good cry, and then I'll be okay. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if you can't help it, man, if it's an accident, things happen, fuck it, right? But if it's me uh just me being an idiot and not being careful and careless, then that's different. But just an accident, things happen, man. There's no way you could know, even if you did. It's just the way it is, man. I mean, sometimes, but being careless is totally fucking different. So, but yeah, I don't mind looking at comic books, man, and reading them on. Hell, man, I mean, I don't mind fucking paying for, like, if I gotta pay. I do mind though, like paying another fucking $4 for the damn book digitally, which I'm like, motherfucker, number one, I don't even own the damn thing, and number two, it's like you're gonna charge me fucking like this. Hell no, you fucking crazy. That's what I have problems with, because there's a reason why these fucking books in back of me, right over here on my bookshelf, man, these comics are like $2.99, $3.99. There's a reason why they are, because comic shops, because they usually, if it's a $2 fuck, if it's a $4 book, they get it for $2.80, and then they sell it because they buy it wholesale, right? And then they jack it up. Usually it's 55%. It's 50 to 55%. Usually 55%. People are gonna say 50, and that's bullshit. They ain't gonna tell them. It's 55, man. It's like, I'm gonna be real honest with you, man. And I know this because I used to know a person who ran a comic shop, and it's like, yeah, they told me straight up, yeah, it's 55%, man, the markup value. You know, I mean, because they buy it at wholesale. But I mean, but even people that, I mean, but you have to listen too, man. It's that, I mean, some people are going to tell you, oh, well, I buy it for this. I'm like, that's bullshit. But but you're going to challenge them, and because you challenge them, and they're gonna be like, oh, that's not. I'm like, yeah, that is bullshit, because basically, yeah, bada bing, bada boom, told me that that's what they did. So it's like, now it may have changed. I don't know. So, but don't lie to me. That's just something that I'm just like, yeah, I'm not, because I'm not trying to tell a person their business, but it's just one of those things where, now they say, well, maybe that's how it was, but it just recently changed. It's like, oh, okay, my bad. But there's a difference between that, right? But some people will straight up lie because they don't want you knowing the truth. That's my whole thing, right? Because they're trying to be clever, trying to be sneaky or whatever, trying to get one on you, trying to have that extra level up over you. Because let me tell you, man, simple fact of the matter is, not a lot of people want you to know shit. In life, a lot of people, they don't want you to know more than they do. I mean, that's a hard fact of life, man. Not a lot of people do. I don't know why. I don't care if a person knows more than me. It's like, if I can learn from them, fucking great, man, because I don't know everything. I mean, I don't. I dabble with certain things. I don't know everything. But some people are just, and it's just jealousy and envy, man. It's just one of those things, dude. Because they don't want you to find out the truth. Because basically, if you know the truth, it can harm, because they're afraid of it stinging them, them harming them in the end, because you could actually use it to an advantage. Be like, come on, man, that's bullshit. You get these damn books for $2. Come on now, you know. Even if you sold these bitches for $3, you still make a profit. Just make $1 profit. You're gonna make that $2 profit or $2.20. They're gonna make a damn profit. You know, it's like, yeah, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. So yeah, I don't. No, sorry, my ear was itching. But yeah, so but yeah, man, it's like, but just that Scott Snyder interview. I mean, him talking about them trying to change stuff and all that jazz. But yeah, it's like the Brian Michael Bendis, man. I don't give a fuck about his Superman. I think he's doing stupid shit with Superman. I don't care. No, I don't care that he left Marvel, man. It's like, I'm sorry to say, man, that Bendis ain't all that great. He's a good writer, but I mean, I think people put him on this pedestal. I'm just like, yeah, nah, man. But also too, man, it's like, I don't like putting people on pedestals, man. I just don't. It's like, dude, you're human beings. Like, you're not a god or a Greek god. You're nothing. You're just a human, man. I mean, it's like you write nice stories, man. That's all you do. Like, you write fiction that mass people read. Okay, cool. I mean, let me tell you something, man. It's one of those things, right? If I wrote a fucking story for DC or Marvel, man, yeah, they may not like my ass, but you know what I'm saying? I'm given the opportunity to, and I guarantee you that people will like me there at the job, because that's the thing about it is that what's the hardest thing to do? The hardest thing to get into when it comes to comic books is being a writer, man, because everybody can fucking write, you know. Also, too, I don't like that writer label shit. I mean, yeah, I'm going on a diatribe. Fuck it, I'm kind of tired, but I will anyways. I'll get back on Shazam here in a minute. But the thing is that the hardest, I mean, the easiest way to break in is by being an artist, because they're always looking for artists, right? Because there's no more of the superstar artists, apparently, according to fucking Marvel, which they're full of shit, by the way. But yeah, no, yeah, I mean, artists, man, dime a dozen, and that's bad, man. That is bad. But being a writer, man, I mean, unless somebody fucking croaks or dies or fucking, quits or does whatever, man. I mean, it's hard as balls to get into writing, or it's just right place, right time. And it's like, you get these bitches, man, like, on fucking Twitter or YouTube, or talk some bullshit, man. Next thing you know, they're fucking writing shit, man. Or you have that gamer chick, man, Zoe Quinn, man, which is like goddess mode. Like, I have 1 and 2, man. I mean, I don't give a fuck because she wrote it. I mean, and because of all of her Gamergate shit, I don't give a fuck about that lady. I don't know who the fuck she is. But yeah, I could give two titty fucks about, whether or not she's writing a fucking book. I mean, it don't fucking matter to me. And honestly, I didn't get it for her. I got it for Robbie Rodriguez because he's the guy from Spider-Gwen. Yeah, I don't care for. That's not. I mean, like a bit, like 80% of the book is because of the artist for me. It's not the writer. I can guarantee you that. I know it's gonna be a good story, but if I wanted a good fucking story, I would just buy a fucking novel for around the same price, and I get a hell of a lot more for my money. Because if I wanted if I wanted like an Obi-Wan book, I just fucking be like, okay, I know the character of Obi-Wan because I've seen Sir Alec Guinness do it and Ewan McGregor do it, so I'm pretty fucking abroad on the character of Obi-Wan. And here's a book that's like $7, and it's about that fucking thick, right? You know, if it's a mass market, you know. So yeah, it's like fuck that, man. Why would I read? You know, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's like I get more content, and I can, you know, and I can read it within like a week compared to fucking, you know, having to wait a fucking month for another damn fucking pay another fucking $4. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's just one of those things, man. I mean, on the grand scale, it doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. Comic books when it comes to reading, no, no, it doesn't. I mean, because if you, that's what I'm saying. It's like on a reading, like for reading material, it doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. To, I mean, financially speaking, financially, it does not make sense for you, because if you have a picture of Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and you can have like that fucking visual, be like, okay, Obi-Wan, okay, that's that guy, okay, great. There you go. And you can make up the images in your mind. You know, you don't need to pay fucking like $4 every month for this shit. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's just, it's the truth. It's like, and that's why Scott Snyder was on there, man. So I'm trying to say, hey, you know, how can we make it, you know, more, I mean, more, more appealing to people to buy a direct market, you know, the tangible comics. It's like, yeah, man, it's like, it's just one of those things where, I mean, don't put so many fucking books out. I mean, how about that? How about just like slim down your catalog, man? That too. Because like the more and more you put out more books, man, the more and more that people are just gonna be turned off, man. That's the problem too. It's like you have too many fucking books. Like, yeah, like Bendis and his stupid fucking um imprint. Yeah, I mean, dude, that shit's gonna go away, man. Just like they did Young Animal. You know, either that shit's gonna go away, or fucking that's just gonna cut. That it's gonna be significantly cut back. Like the books that he's pumping out on it, like Scarlet, Naomi, and fucking all these other books. I'm not saying that they're bad books. I'm just saying, listen, man, you got this imprint, then you got the Black Label imprint, then you got fucking, you know, regular DC, then you have to prioritize one goddamn company, right? It's like with the fucking it's like with Marvel and the damn Star Wars. And now you have the fucking Conan books, which I'm all about. Conan the Conqueror. You know, I'm all about that shit. But good lord, slow down here. It's like, because the Baylet fucking book is coming out. And I just found out it's a miniseries. Thank God, it's a miniseries. But yeah, but then Savage Avengers, man, I'm down for that. You know, because it has Conan and fucking Venom, and I have Venom and Conan. You know, but yeah. Let me see. But yeah, real quick, man, just like I will say this, man, and I'm gonna start winding it down because I'm getting tired. But yeah, it's I have not been as jazzed, as invigorated about a book since I've been like looking forward to reading a book as I've been like reading Shazam, Captain Marvel, Billy Batson, you know, the new series, and that's why I want to get on here and talk about it a bit and cover it. And yeah, man, it's really good. I mean, I really do. I think I do. I will say this because you know it's 3 in. Um, I'm not going to cancel it. I won't. I mean, if anything, I'll just wait. I mean, hopefully it goes past 2 volumes. I just hope so. I hope it goes past 2 volumes. I mean, this is the book that I will get in the singles plus the trades. You know, I've done that for Saga. I've done that for Venom. I have the singles and the trades. Spider-Man, I've been doing that. I have singles and the trades, trade paperbacks. So I mean by trades. what is it? Green Lantern, singles and trades. Um, yeah. So yeah, it's just so yeah. But I mean, it's just Shazam has been a book that I'm really excited. That just has like really got me jazzed, got me hyped, got me excited again about actually reading comic books, man. And it's such a it's a really good book too. And I think it's because and I will say this, it's just not Shazam, it's the Shazam family because it has like I'll say this, and I think I've said it before. I like Mary Marvel better than Shazam. I won't put it out there, man. Yeah, I like as a character, I like Mary Bromfield better than Billy Batson. Probably because she's fucking older, right? She's like 2 years older than. I mean, Billy is 16, she's 18. You know, so and also too, she's getting ready to go to college and stuff like that. And so it's and what I like about it is it's a very like coming of age, right? Story, you know, because you have Darla, you have Eugene, you have Pedro, you have Billy, you have Mary, all these, you know, Freddie, right? You have all these kids who are very close in age to each other, but you know, but they all like are years apart from each other, right? I mean, I think Billy and Freddie are about the same age. They're both like 16. So, um, and Mary's like 2 years older, so she's 18, right? So she's the eldest. But the thing I like about Mary is because of the maturity factor, right? Because she's like, hey, listen, look, we have to get home, we have to do this. Our parents are worried about us and stuff like that. She's an actual fucking responsible adult, and that's what I like about her. You know, I mean, if I was a teenager, I would probably be more in line with like Billy. You know, liking because what I like about Billy is that basically he hates bullies. He's not afraid to fight too. That's what I love about him because that's like me. Like I'll punch a fucking bully because I you know like I remember being bullied and I remember bullying people when I was younger. You know, when I was a kid, and you know, yeah, and you know, that's a hard fact. I mean, I was a bully for a while, you know, when I was a kid, and then I realized that it wasn't that was wrong, but I wasn't a bully for like. Like a bully for a minute, you know. It's like so, but what really got me out of being was what really showed me that it was wrong because because when I was in primary school or elementary school, I used to one of my best friends, his name was Adam. Adam. Yeah, like Black Adam. But no, his name was Adam. I can't remember his last name. Kid, he was physically disabled. We had like a special needs wing at my primary school, and Adam was in a lot of my classes in primary school or elementary school, and I worked with Adam because I would always get in fights because people were bullying me. And then there was a time where I started bullying people, and I actually got my ass kicked. First time I got my ass kicked, and I cried like a bitch. And I deserved it too. Like it was like the first time I literally got my ass kicked, and I cried, and I was like, you know, I was sobbing like a bitch, man. I mean, yeah, it was, but I was like a little kid, man, and I deserved it. I deserved it, man. You know, and but motherfuckers, but see, this is the problem, man. Is that I'd fight people, and then motherfuckers be like, "Oh yeah, he started it," which I didn't. But everybody would say that I did. And I swear to God, man, like 80% of the fights that I made that I was in, I never started. Like I never threw the first fucking punch. But apparently everyone else saw me throw the first fucking punch. It's like, yeah, way to go, people. No, but this time, yeah, I really got my ass kicked and I deserved it. And you know, my principal basically almost had enough of me because they wanted to expel my ass. But my pops would always tell him, always be like, fucking, he would always say some shit like, yeah, me and his mom going through some problems or something. It's like, it's just stuff at home. And, I mean, my pops, he would always get me out, out of trouble, but the principal, he kind of was like, you know what? Enough of this shit. Okay. Your son's not going anywhere. I'm not gonna fucking expel him. He's got to work with special needs. So, and so, yeah, man. So that's and I got to work with Adam, and people would make fun. I mean, a lot of people liked Adam actually. I mean, it was just these fucking punks, man, who just would tease Adam because you have to understand, man. Adam, his legs were underdeveloped, so because he wore like them boots where it's like he had like the metal bootleg fucking things, and so he would use the forearm crutches and his feet would drag, or he would have like one of them walker things like with the wheels, and his feet would drag, and people would just be making fun of it like Adam, doing that shit like, hey bitch, you know or like, I don't think I said bitch back in the day, but I didn't think it was. I don't think it was until no, it wasn't until middle school I started using the word bitch. But I was like, hey punk ass or nut bar or whatever the fuck. I used to say some crazy shit back in the day. I mean, douchebag. No, I didn't start using. I didn't even know what the fuck douchebag was. What did I say? Limp dick? I don't know. I said some. I would say like really crazy shit. And I'd be like, don't make fun of him, man, And then somebody's like, what are you going to do about it? Flop right in the fucking mouth, I mean, yeah, like sometimes, man, I mean, because motherfucker would be like, hey, what are you going to do about it? Bam, like, I didn't give a shit. And I just keep on being the fuck out of him. I would not let up, man. Oh, I was a vicious kid, man. Because I was small too, man. It's like, I had something to prove, man. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, I just, and so yeah, man, so yeah, Adam, man, yeah, he's like one of my best friends, man, and in elementary school, and I think I like went, man, I don't remember. I mean, I met his mom and shit, and she met my parents, and yeah, yeah. I mean, at school, man, we were cool as fuck, man, and yeah, that was just one of those things, man, where you know yeah, man. I mean, being around Adam, man, and like sticking up for him, man. I mean, it just totally helped my perspective and stuff. And I still fought. I mean, I fought all the way until high school, man. I think it was until like 10th grade, man, that I stopped fighting. I think my last fight was like 10th grade, where I almost got into a fight, but his dude backed down because he was bitched because he started talking mad shit around my back, and then I literally went up to him like, you say you talk some and he was a grade higher than me. He was like a junior, and I was a sophomore, man. I was like, what'd you say, bitch? And I was like, I didn't say nothing, man. It's like, yeah, damn. Well, hey, man, you got something to say my fucking face, man. It's like, I didn't say nothing. I'm like, all right, man. Well, dang, what other people are talking about? Yeah. I know he was talking shit behind my back, man. But I let it go because he got punked ass out, man. But yeah, so yeah, but getting back to the Shazam family, man. I mean, but that's the thing though, man, is that if I was a teenager, man, or if I was younger, I would recognize more with Billy because Billy's all about that. It's like, what you go, bro? Just fucking not even fucking just bam, just knock a motherfucker out. I'm like, yeah, it's like I hate bullies, man. Yeah, damn right, man, I do too. Because I could self-identify with that because I'm like, yeah, man, it's like I don't like bullies either. Um, but yeah, which I can, but it's not it's just like me. It's like I'm just like, but it's not as strong, you know. I still hate bullies. I'm not saying that. I mean, I just wouldn't be more like plop. Nowadays it's not really that thing because you can go to jail for that type shit or get locked up. I mean, when you're a kid, you're not thinking of that shit. It's like now you're like, oh damn, dude, I'm a fucking adult, man. I gotta. I mean, I can go to jail and have like a fucking record and shit, man. I can be in the system, man. It's like, yeah, it makes you think twice, man. About well, just knocking a motherfucker out. I mean, it's like also, too, man, where I went to primary school, man, it's a bunch of rich white people, man. It's like, or yuppie white people, man. It's like, them bitches didn't know what the hell to do half the fucking time. I mean, it's like, yeah, so, they didn't know nothing about fighting. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, but I do like the family aspect, the family dynamic of the comic book, and that's one of the things that just kind of, like I said before, like I resonate with, and that's why I like it. I mean, if it was just Billy by himself, I don't think I would like it as much, you know. But since there is Mary Marvel, since there is Pedro, Eugene, Darla, Freddie, and Billy, and they all share the fucking, and he can give them powers, you know what I'm saying? And that it's not the power of Shazam that gives him his power. It's his family that gives him this power. It's the belief, the family dynamic. It's that belief system that gives him that hope, right? That to do better, to be better. That's where he draws his true strength from. Or like Black Adam, on the other hand, Black Adam doesn't have that. He's a loner. He's alone. He killed his family, literally, with his own bare hands. He killed his family. Where um, and he thinks true power is destroying. It's like, nah, man, it's growing that, you know. And that's through the people that you have tight bonds with, that you that you have those relationships with, that those relations with, that through that dynamic, that dichotomy, and diamonism, I guess. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's really cool, man. It's really cool. And so yeah, but yeah, like I said before, man, like since I'm older, man, and like Mary is the one who I really like and I identify with more, and because she's even though she's a young adult, still she's like, she's an adult, she's going to college, she's transitioning into adulthood, right? I mean, she's young. I mean, she's an adult, but she's doing that transition, you know. Um, and so I can identify with her more than I can with Billy. So, and I like I. It's kind of like I heard it's one of those things. I will say this. Um, I've mentioned this before. Funhouse, right? This guy Bruce Green on there. He's like, I 9 times out of 10, I always play a woman on video games, and this is Bruce talking about. Now, I tend to go male a lot of times, but I do tend to go female sometimes. Not as much as male, but it depends. It depends. I mean, you know, what I'm in the mood for. But Bruce Green from Funhouse said that, listen, look, I every time 9 times out of 10, I play a female in a video game. If there's a gender, you can pick between male and female. I play female because I don't want to play me. I want to play somebody else. You know, because because I'm a male, and I don't care to play as a male. I would rather play as the as female, as another sex. I'm like, that's fucking cool, man. I like never thought about that. And also too, some of my favorite characters, man. Like Bright, my favorite character is Tika. She's a female. Uh, Aquaman, Mara, Aquakinesis. I mean, fucking badass. I mean, I've always liked her more than Aquaman. I mean, I think, I guess like a lot of it has to deal with because I'm a male. I mean, back in the day, like, and this is like, it's just growing up that way, right? Me being a male, my sex, my gender, I'm male, both. I identify as both. And the thing is that, well, um, guys like growing up, guys like Hulk Hogan or Hacksaw Jim Duggan or Brutus the Barber Beefcake, very manly dudes, especially like guys like Tom Selleck or Harrison Ford, um, beards and stuff like that, Macho Man Randy Savage, that those were men, that was masculinity, right? And that's what you kind of, and it's like, especially like in my household, we were taught that, yeah, that's what being a man is, I'm not saying it's wrong, and I ain't saying it's right. It's just that what I was taught. And I mean, and I do think there is some things to be said about that. I do think that being a man, that yeah, that is very manly, very masculine, very manly. Yeah, I mean, I do, but I also think that some things, you can have a sensitive side as well. But I don't tend to go on that sensitive side. I will say that I'm like, I am not a sensitive. I don't. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like, I'm not insensitive, meaning that I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I'm not a very sensitive. I try not to be a very sensitive person because to me that's more of a feminine trait. Because like the sensitivity, but once again, that's because of what I was taught. It's like, but also too, it's like things that I kind of fucking, I've been on this earth for a very long time, so it's like I've seen it, man. It's like it's more of a female trait than a male trait. We just kind of brush off shit where females tend to get really up in arms about shit more so than men do a lot of times, because growing up, men who are oversensitive are bitches, man, or just look as a punk ass bitch. I mean, but that's where I grew up, man. That's it's a time, it's an era, it's where I grew up, And like I said before, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right, man. But it's a mindset, it's a culture. It's what it is, But the thing about it is that basically, like guys like fucking Aquaman, like Aqua Bro, fucking. I mean, like I wouldn't fucking say that Mara fucking. I mean, like, as much as I love Aqua Bro, I still love fucking Mara. More because she's badass, man. I don't really care about Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. I mean, I'm gonna say that I don't really care about her. I mean, I don't really care about her character. I mean, that's like, and that's like the new movie is coming out. It's like, that's cool. I'll catch it on Netflix. I ain't gonna pay, unless if I'm taking a woman out to see it or I'm going out as a group of friends. I am not going to go to the movie theater by myself and watch that fucking movie. Shazam, I will. I will go by myself to the movie theater and watch that fucking movie. I mean, it's because, and it's not because of the Brie Larson bullshit or anything. I don't care. I don't care what the fuck she said. I really don't give a damn. It's not that. It's just that I'm not the demographic for it. It doesn't look appealing to me. I've seen fucking the 3 trailers. Not really that appealing. And also too, I've finally seen Infinity War. It was okay. I mean, if I'm being real and honest, it was okay. There are certain aspects of the movie that I like, but and I do think it's a very competent and very good movie. But as a whole in general, but I mean, honestly, man, I was checking my fucking watch, man. I mean, like twice, and it was like, man, this motherfucker gonna and well, it's like, come on, man. I mean, because I really didn't care about Thanos all that much. I mean, if I'm gonna be perfectly fucking honest, I mean, I know it was his story and shit, but I don't care. I mean, I really didn't care. Thank Christ I didn't see it. Thank Christ I didn't rent it, or I just wait until it came on Netflix. I mean, honestly, man, but I'm the guy who loved fucking Solo, a Star Wars story, and half the fucking world hates the damn movie. And I'm just like, okay, that's cool. I mean, I ain't the Star Wars, but I mean, okay. But I loved it. I loved it. And I'm like the dude who loves The Last Jedi. I'm like, yeah, it's like, okay, they apparently fucked your character. Ryan Johnson fucked your character, Luke Skywalker, up, with a double-ended fucking lightsaber dildo. It's like, okay, I don't care. It was a great movie. I loved it. I got it on fucking Blu-ray, both of them. Fucking Han Solo, Star Wars story, and fucking The Last Jedi. I don't see what the hell the fucking problem is. I mean, they're both very competent, very well made movies and directed movies to boot. So I have no idea why people are getting so up in arms about the shit. And that's just one of those things, man. It's just at the end of the day, dude. It's like film media is subjective. But yeah, I mean, but I am looking forward to Shazam. I do. I hope, man, it is a really great movie, and I hope Zachary Levi kills it, man. I hope the kid who's playing Billy Batson kills it, man. Ooh, excuse me. I hope that everybody in the movie kills it. So I mean, fucking Mark Strong, man. Mark Strong can't go wrong, man. Mark Strong. He's a good actor, man. Uh, playing playing Doctor Thaddeus Salvana, it's gonna be good, man. Like it looks good. I hope it's good. I believe it's gonna be good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that more, and that comes out literally fucking less than a month now because it's 12/01. Comes out less than a month, man, and like fucking Captain Marvel Carol Danvers, man, comes out in 3 days, man, and I don't give a fuck about the movie, man. I mean, I'm sorry, 2 days. Excuse me. I mean, tomorrow it's like the advanced screening, but it's like, yeah, man, it's like I don't give a fuck about that movie. I mean, I really don't. I just don't. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just don't. I don't care. Um, and that's the truth, man. But yeah, Shazam, Billy Batson, Captain Marvel. Uh, really love the comic book. Really, really enjoying it. I do. I love, like I said, man. I mean, the whole Shazam family. That dichotomy, that dynamic of them being the glue that keeps Billy moral and just and good, and gives him hope. I really do truly am enjoying it, and that's why I look so forward to the comic, and just being jazzed again about reading uh, comic books on a regular basis. At least that one, man. Um, so I mean, it's kind of like I said, man. It's re-energized, reinvigorated my want to read comics again on a regular basis. So, yeah. So yay for Shazam, so for doing it. So thank you, Jeff Johnson, Dale Eaglesham, for writing a very good book, a very competent book, and hopefully the latter issues that are going to be coming out in the first volume will wrap it up very nicely and be very well and great, and totally, like I said before, totally looking forward to to what you got coming down the pipe with the ongoing series and the following issues. So mahalo. But yeah, so since it's after 12, I'm gonna start wrapping it up here. So 12 on the East Coast, like 9 o'clock on the West. But hey, thank you so much, everyone. If you watch the video, or when you watch the video, please like, subscribe, also to share the video. What's coming down the pipe, real quick. I'm gonna try to see if we can't do a Gentleman Cocktails maybe this Saturday. I don't know. I'm gonna try to. So, but hopefully, and then hopefully doing some more videos, my thoughts videos. So yeah, but yeah, hey, just stay tuned to the channel. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that mental health, the gym, video, like mental health and stuff like that too. Just that's one I want to do. It's a personal one that I want to do, and I'll probably get in a little bit of personal stuff. But yeah, yeah. But look forward to that. Like I said, once again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share. Try to help. We got 25 subscribers. Woo! So far, so that's actually including myself too, and that 25. But just help us out. Try to get us growing a little bit here. It's like, but yeah, hey, thank you so much. Love to all. God bless, and as always, aloha.